The moment Peter Rabbit realized the forest had gone silent, his heart thumped so loudly he was sure even the stones could hear it. Silence, in a place that usually hummed with bees and whispered with leaves, meant only one thing. Danger was close, closer than it had ever been before. He froze mid-step, one paw lifted, breath held, eyes wide, knowing that whatever came next would decide whether this day would become a story told by the fire or a story that never got told at all. Peter had always believed adventure was something you chose, something exciting that made your whiskers tingle. But that morning, adventure chose him. He and his friends, Benjamin Bunny, Lily the Field Mouse, and old but sharp-eyed Squirrel Nutkin, had set out with simple intentions: gather berries, share laughter, and be home before sunset. Yet the forest had other plans. As they moved deeper between the roots of ancient trees, shadows stretched longer and the air felt heavy, as if the woods itself was holding its breath. Peter tried to joke, but his voice trembled. When the snap of a twig echoed behind them, panic rushed through the group like cold water. They ran, paws pounding, hearts racing, until they stumbled upon a narrow ravine with no clear way across. Behind them came the low growl of a fox, patient and certain. Fear has a way of making even the bravest feel small. Peter felt it then: fear of failing his friends, fear of not being fast enough, clever enough, strong enough. Benjamin looked at him, eyes full of trust, and Lily clutched his arm, whispering that she believed in him. In that moment, Peter understood something important. Courage wasn't the absence of fear. It was choosing to move despite it. He spotted a fallen branch bridging the ravine, slick with moss and barely holding together. One by one they crossed, wobbling, slipping, hearts in their throats. The fox leapt after them. The branch cracked, and time seemed to slow as Peter pushed Nutkin ahead and jumped just as the branch snapped behind him. They landed hard, breathless, but alive. When they finally stopped running, laughter burst out through tears. The danger had passed, but the lesson stayed. Together they were stronger than fear. Just when Peter thought the forest had tested them enough, the sky darkened and thunder rolled like an angry drum. Rain poured down, turning paths into rivers and the ground into slippery traps. Exhausted and soaked, the friends huddled beneath a hollow log, shivering and discouraged. Doubt crept into Peter's mind again. What if this was too much? What if leading meant admitting he didn't know the way? The storm howled, and for a moment, giving up felt easier than going on. Then Lily spoke, her small voice steady. She reminded them of how far they had already come, how each close call had brought them closer, not just to home, but to one another. Nutkin shared his last acorn without complaint, and Benjamin smiled, even though his paws shook from the cold. Peter felt warmth spread through him. Not from the storm easing, but from realizing that leadership wasn't about having all the answers. It was about listening, trusting, and never walking alone. When the rain slowed, Peter led them using the stars peeking through the clouds, step by careful step, until familiar paths welcomed them back. As dawn painted the forest in gold, they reached home, tired but changed. Peter looked at his friends and knew that the close calls weren't just moments of danger. They were moments that revealed who they truly were. Friends who stood together when fear roared loudest. Friends who believed when hope felt small. And as the forest came alive again with birdsong, Peter smiled, understanding that life's greatest adventures aren't about how close you come to falling, but about who stands beside you when you do.